Okay, hi everybody. My name is Madison Strickland, and for this presentation, I will be talking about something called inspiration porn. So, inspiration porn portrays people with disabilities as inspirational solely on the basis of their disability and is tailored specifically towards non-disabled people. Inspiration porn objectifies disabled people to make non-disabled people stop and think, well, my life could be harder. These are some examples of inspiration porn. These are things that we see on social media, things that we hear from coaches in sports. In the top left, we have an image of a little boy using prosthetics to run, and it says, "Your excuse is invalid." To the right of that is Bethany Hamilton from the movie Soul Surfer, and the caption is, "If they can do it, you can do it," which I find probably the most objectifying out of all of these. To the right of that image, it is a little girl drawing with the pencil in her mouth, and it says, "Before you quit, try." As you go further down, the one of the woman at the beach says, "Never ignore somebody with a disability. You don't realize how much they can inspire you." You shouldn't ignore people with disabilities to begin with. And the last one I feel like is something that we see and hear a lot, and it says, "The only disability in life is a bad attitude." Some problems with inspiration porn. The first thing wrong with this is that it objectifies people with disabilities, thus the word porn being in the name. It's very objectifying and degrading. Promoting inspiration porn makes disabled people objects of pity, which throws a wrench in their fight for equality. A person's optimism or courage can be inspirational, but a person with a disability who lives independently should not immediately be considered inspirational. It's both the goal and the norm for adults to live independently from their parents. You don't call a parent inspirational because they feed their child. It is the default. It is what you're supposed to be doing. There are ways, however, to look at inspiration porn in a new light. When we see inspiration porn, reevaluate your way of thinking. To the left is a picture of a woman who is painting with her paintbrush in her mouth. Instead of using this image to objectify people with disabilities or to be inspired by it, a new way to look at this is by thinking, this woman is painting while holding a paintbrush in her mouth. It looks like painting makes her very happy. That's it. Leave it at that. The other image is a woman who looks like she's a track runner who has a prosthetic leg. A good way to look at this photo is to think, this woman has the tools she needs to do what she loves, running. Once again, leave it at that. Stella Young is someone who has been a huge advocate in putting an end to inspiration porn. She released a TED Talk back in 2014 that we have learned about in class. She begins by saying that she is not here to inspire anyone. Despite using a wheelchair for everyday mobility, she shares that she is nothing out of the ordinary or inspirational. Stella Young quotes, "I want to live in a world where we value genuine achievement for disabled people." She also says, "I've lost count of the number of times I've been approached by strangers wanting to tell me that they think I'm brave or inspirational, and this was long before my work had any kind of public profile. They were just kind of congratulating me for managing to get up in the morning and remember my own name, and it is objectifying." Moving forward after learning about inspiration porn, some useful things to do include not using people with disabilities as a base of comparison. You should never think to yourself, well, my life could be worse. I could be that person. People with disabilities are not there for that. Do not share images of inspiration porn, even on days like World Down Syndrome Awareness Day or on the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Spread love and awareness in a different way that doesn't degrade or objectify people. Keep an eye out to challenge things that promote stereotypes about people with disabilities. And lastly, and arguably most importantly, when you see images like this, ask yourself, if I had a disability, how would this image make me feel? Thank you.